Hi, I'm Imran Amjad, a senior financial advisor at Ware Financial Planning. Today, I will be explaining confirmation bias. And I will also be sharing a story of a client who got stuck in his own confirmation bias. So what is confirmation bias? It's a behavior where someone has a preconceived belief towards a certain theory or perhaps an investment strategy, and they tend to ignore any counter arguments. They may also seek a professional confirmation from an advisor to continue on their preconceived path. Now, about my client Harry. A few years ago, during one of our reviews, he brought a chart showing the property growth for the last 20 years and says, I'm going to buy a townhouse. The growth would be exceptionally well. In his words, should I buy this? I am going to buy this. I said, Harry, the information might be correct, but I know the goals that we set up for you, and I know them well. I understand your circumstances, your cash flow, your income, your liabilities. This isn't for you, not yet anyway. And he goes, no. Everyone in my community has 2 or 3 properties, and my brother is getting one. I can't be missed out. I said, Harry, I don't know them, but I definitely know your circumstances. Have you considered if the body corporate fee goes up? What if you don't have tenant for 6 months? And importantly, what if the interest rate starts jacking up? What would you do? And he quickly goes to his pocket and takes out the phone and says, look at this article. The interest rate is going to stay low for the next 10 years. Yet, this was current information. And we know the financial landscape can change and can change quickly at times. He promised me he would go back and consider it before he makes a decision. On our next review, Harry seemed a bit distressed. Not only he went ahead bought the townhouse, but with his maximum borrowing capacity. During the pandemic, his tenant couldn't pay for 3 months. His agent, tenants, maintenance costs went up. And I said, Harry, what happened to our discussion? You were going to come back to me. You were going to consider it. And he said, no. I just didn't want to miss out on the property boom. And this time, he brought more information with him, suggesting post-pandemic, these property prices would skyrocket and the vacancy rates would drop. I reminded him, Harry, regardless of this, nothing has changed in your circumstances for the income, for the liabilities, and now you have put your future wealth creation at stake. A few months later, Harry calls and sounds anxious. He had done it again. This time, he put a deposit on a home and land package with his maximum borrowing capacity. The interest rates started going up, the property prices came down, and his future repayments more than doubled in a matter of months. He had this idea of growth in his head, and he lost that even before the property was built. His own confirmation bias was questionable in his head now, and he was struggling to comprehend his situation. This scenario shows how certain people get carried away under confirmation bias. My role as an advisor is not only to guide my clients towards their financial freedom, but also to educate them to make better informed financial decisions and avoid costly mistakes like Harry made.